Hey fam, welcome back to part 2 of our video. Hope you enjoy.
All right, and then the other thing that you have to do is stop pretending to be someone that you're not.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially, and I think this is really, really important in like the dating phase, because you might be trying to entice someone and get to know them, and you might do some things that you wouldn't normally do.
Yes.
And it's okay to try new things, but to say, oh my goodness, I love this, or I love adventure and I like to be outdoors, when you hate being outdoors because you're scared of bugs, like, you got to stop pretending. Yes. You want them to know who you are, and you want to be authentically you.
Yes. And again, especially in that dating phase, because once you get into marriage and then the veil is revealed, or the veil is torn, or the curtain is pulled back, then all of a sudden that person has to try to learn who you actually are. Yeah. Because the whole time you were faking it in order to make it into the marriage. But that's not what you want to do. And again, if you're in dating and you're doing that now, stop it. Be who you are. And if that person doesn't like you or love you for who you actually are, then perhaps marriage is not the direction you should be going.
Yeah.
Perhaps the relationship is not the direction you should be going.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're already married, again, you need to stop. You have to be who you authentically are in order for them to have an opportunity to love who you actually are. It's not about changing them. It's not about changing yourself. It's about being the healthiest version of you. Who did God create you to be? That's who your spouse should love, the healthiest version of you. So again, if you are going through the motions, or if you are faking and pretending to be somebody else because you want them to love you, you want to keep the peace in the house, whatever the reason may be, stop. Have those real conversations. Tell them who you are. And if you're on the opposite end, learn who your spouse really is and help them get to the healthiest version of themselves, not somebody else.
Babe, I'm tired of watching the NBA playoffs every single night. JK, I like it. Anyway.
No, that's faking it.
I'm not faking it. I don't mind. I really don't mind.
Another area that we generally start to see that we fake it in is we fake it for those outside of our marriage, those outside of our home. Maybe we faking it for our in-laws. We in the car arguing all the way to their house, or we at home arguing. But then as soon as we show face, we get in front of our in-laws, maybe it's friends, maybe it's whoever, maybe it's employees. All of a sudden we try to portray this happy-go-lucky marriage, this thriving and just exciting marriage, but that's not the truth.
Yeah.
Because then we get back in the car and we like, boom, the mask come off, and now we back to ourselves. We're not speaking. Maybe we on the phone the whole drive back home, and we get home and we don't even talk to each other. Stop it. Again, you don't want to fake it in that place either. Anybody outside of your home does not matter. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, they do not matter. Stop putting on a mask for everybody else, pretending that your marriage is something that is not. Because at the end of the day, just like for yourself, you want to work on the inside, because eventually how you feel on the inside shows itself on the outside. The same goes for your marriage. If you don't work on it on the inside, in the home, then eventually that veil, that curtain will be pulled back on the outside, and people will see who you truly are. And while that doesn't matter, it will affect your relationship. So fix it in the home. Work on those things in the home. Worry about what you look like in front of God, because that's where your purpose will come from. Work on those things. Work on those issues you have at home, and don't pretend for anybody else. Because also what you need to understand is nobody else can heal. Nobody else can learn from your marriage if you're pretending, if you're faking. The only way that you can grow and that you can help others grow is by being transparent, by being who you are, letting people know there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship, because there are no perfect people.
Yeah.
So work on yourself, work on your marriage, work on that image on the inside, and I guarantee eventually it will evolve and it will reflect on the outside, and people will see what God can do for your relationship and not what you pretend to show of your relationship.
Y'all, that's a mic drop right there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video from us. Turn on the notification bell, and we will see y'all in our next Myth Buster.
Brag on